physical one-on-one knife, but I don't know, I can't imagine they have like strats that they need to execute, but hopefully I'm wrong. If there's like a whole knife strat thing that I'm missing, I want to get
What
in
if
on
what
it.
if all of EU is just laughing at us because like our puny American teams don't even have knife round strats?
Right, yeah, we're so we're so behind them out. We don't even have knife round
We're,
strats.
we're that
Oh man.
backwards.
I don't
Well,
like when players climb things. It feels kind of like Bush League.
well, at
I mean,
least
it's part of it.
at
Yeah,
least it's not like flanking.
yeah, definitely. Flanking's pretty lame too. Even more lame, arguably.
I see you, Desi and Hiko. Okay, so Pivor takes it. Know that the series is 1-1. Here are the rules if you are just joining us. It's a best of 3 for Perfectionvore, who has traveled the path of the upper bracket. And for the lower bracket representatives, Keyboard Commandos, they'll need to win 2 best of 3s. That's huge. At least that definitively proves that you're better, though, if you win those 2 best of 3s.
Yeah, I mean that was just like iBuyPower versus Titan. Oh, last time they showed up to land. So I mean we've seen it happen at the very top level. It's very possible here if Keyboard Commandos can lock up this game. But you know, right now Perfectionvore is playing on the side they want. So you got to imagine that they're confident in it.
Is anybody surprised that Keyboard Commandos sticks with what they're good at? Bunch to beat tons. Oh! Vico says hello. Long distance postcards sent to AGM. His mother wasn't happy. Yeah, well, if you're Keyboard Commandos, you're going to run together. And you're going to try to overwhelm people and maybe have a single flanker. But really, Perfectionvore knows your game plan. It's time to be adaptive. And in a best of 3, if you don't adapt, if you don't open up the playbook, that happens. You know?
You could start to get shut down. And, you know, Perfectionvore, it seemingly couldn't adapt on Nuke, but they, you know, adapted for Season. And, you know, I think, as you said, Season, just like Mirage, a 3-lane map, I don't think they even need to make that many more adjustments to be prepared for what Keyboard Commandos has to throw at them. You know, right now, it's on Keyboard Commandos to mix up their own game.
They know that, but this round is probably not the time to reveal those cards. This round is the time to get the bomb plant and maybe win an eco, or running through smoke. Oh, did you just get that kill through smoke? How did that? I don't even...
Probably. It's AGM. Who knows?
He does weird things. Spray down. And the last one, SWZ, also a recipient of a kinky spray down. Perfectionvore has 2, and maybe 1 more.
I got to imagine one more. I don't think they got a plant in either of the rounds. But they didn't get a plant in that first round. I know they made it to the site, right?
Yeah, but they made it. There's nobody got anything down, if that's what you're asking.
Right, yeah, yeah. So there was no bomb plant. They aren't going to be buying up early. You know, honestly, sometimes I think even if you do get the bomb plant, buying up early isn't always the best thing to do. It can really set your economy back, especially if you're playing a team that kind of has your number on CT side. You want to have the most rounds with maximum firepower. So regardless of the fact that they didn't get a plant and they can't early buy anyway, I kind of like it.
We have the oldest strat in the book, as I like to tell Klops at this sometimes. 4, you guys go this way, and then I'm going to walk into the bomb site.
It's worked in the past, you know, against better and worse teams than Perfectionvore. So, you know, I respect that they're trying something.
Indeed. There's a trade. Exos has 1. AGM thought he'd catch rotators, but of course Perfectionvore was just too disciplined there. So they'll let the bomb site get taken. They realize that they have not heard a bomb plant yet. And it's on Ruin now. We'll leave the action, and I know the action is fun to watch, but it's on Ruin to win this round. When does he make the move? I wonder.
Ruin heard him running out, but Vico made sure to stay close. At this point, I think Keyboard Commandos' goose is cooked.
Pretty much over. Ruin has the bomb and a PC-50, and I don't think he has any real reason to save this. There's no armor or nades in that stash of weapons, so he's gonna go for the suicide plant. Oh god. Oh my lord! Vico gets clotheslined, and I thought for a second he might have Kinky as well. But no, Perfectionvore has a clean sheet of 3.
So guns up on both teams. This is Keyboard Commandos, you know, first, I guess, this game, but first chance to, you know, show Perfectionvore that they are not out of it. I think they really need this round. Perfectionvore last game showed that they could adapt on CT's side. This game, no adaptation needed. They're just seemingly hopping right into their airtight CT. So Keyboard Commandos needs to do what they do, and they need to do it now.
Keyboard Commandos is about to be tested and see their adjustments. I am afraid that their playbook may potentially be exposed, but they don't seem to be afraid. Edwin comes out of the connector, had a crouch pick attempt, go missing after the first one. Still 3 versus 4, looking strat thus far. Ruin leaps into the window, and I don't think the CTs know. I think, in fact, he's taken the riskiest boost. He has the bomb, of course, and he needs somebody to come up the connector to help him. Kinky is lying in wait. Solo Subs is about to cross, and he's... Oh,
what?
My lord.
Was that an accident? Did we just witness an accident?
Yes. I'm going to go with a yes.
I mean, either way, he did what he needed to do, and Keyboard Commandos cruising their way to a pretty easy plant in a now 2-on-1 situation.
One-on-one gunfight won by Exus. The first round for Keyboard Commandos is on the board.
They just need to chain it together. It looks like they have Perfectionvore on their back foot right now, as distribution-wise, their money is all over the place. Even though they didn't get any plants in the first 3 rounds, the first pistol rounds, Keyboard Commandos did a good job of taking guns out of Perfectionvore's hands, and as a result, only pistols. So Keyboard Commandos, you know, is currently in a good position to string together rounds, which is absolutely what you need to
Stop knifing each other, Perfectionvore. Stop doing that.
Yeah, it's a pretty common occurrence.
The charge up mid is stamped out pretty quickly. Exus picks up a bunch. A handful. 3 exactly. 3-2 is our scoreline. Please, like, Perfectionvore, please stop knifing each other.
Yeah, I mean, you know, one time, I get it. Sometimes the knife happens, you apologize to your teammate, and, you know, you kind of move on. But I think in all 3 games, we've seen Perfectionvore just knife one of their teammates right out of the spawn. Just
imagine if we were in like a 1.6 era of tagging. You didn't play 1.6, but if you had 1.6 and you notice the tagging is really dramatic.
Yeah, brutal. Yeah, you don't move if you get shot.
It could have completely ruined it. Not like they won, not like they got a single kill, but still, the pick at mid is good. It's an assist from SWZ, a kill for Ruin. They'll move everyone back. Look at this, the pusher. Perfectionvore no longer respects the fact that Keyboard Commandos could be playing a spread, could be playing a bait. In fact, they expect Keyboard Commandos to be traveling together. So the flank is good, and it doesn't matter. They cleared the site without the assistance of their flanker. I could have sworn Perfectionvore should have waited for Vico to arrive and have the back flank.
Definitely, and their players actually got picked pretty much everywhere, not even just from this site. I know Vaddy was hiding connector, got the dink off on Ruin, which, you know, might have helped Vico do the retake if he was able to, you know, catch him in the side, but ultimately it doesn't matter. They got picked apart when Keyboard Commandos needed to pick them apart, so they're off to the races right now. They are currently going to just be executing their game plan. I think that they have found success in the push, you know, sporadically throughout the series, and I think right now they've definitely found the opening that they need.
We'll see another eco round for Perfectionvore here as they've surrendered their lead into a tie. They'll go with the op shots from Ruin. No, they won't go with op shots from Ruin. They'll go with CZs and 5.7s and P250s for an unlikely attempt at an eco round win after these 2 first kills. I don't know if they just saw Kinky just drop out, but there was somebody in the other pass. AGM picks him up, and this next kill brought to you by Exus is a beauty. Warpath is the last one alive. He's got his P250, and of course he hears people above him at Catwalk, and maybe he'll ambush them. But truthfully, 1 versus 5 ain't gonna happen.
Ever since Keyboard Commandos got split apart and ecoed on Season, which was a really crucial round, and I think pretty much the only reason why Perfectionvore was able to beat them on that map, they've been very careful when they suspect Perfectionvore is saving. That round, I don't think any of their players, you know, traveled without a buddy, except maybe Ruin getting that opening pick, but pretty much always had a trading buddy with them, and, you know, that's what they need to do. Perfectionvore is a very versatile team. They are more than happy to kill you with or without rifles, so just they gotta play conservatively and just, you know, stick to their game plan, and I think they got it.
I know I'm being redundant here, but I'm impressed with Keyboard Commandos. Perfectionvore is the highly lauded team. Everybody expects them to do something great with themselves, and certainly they have. But Keyboard Commandos is a relatively unknown team. What they're doing is pretty impressive. Those are 2 trades. Ruin and Solo Sups trade out for just Ruin's life. Pretty good. 3 versus 2. The retake comes from CT and the crawl space inside of the window room. It's just Kinky, and he's receiving a hail of gunfire. He'll walk into that smoke. Gutsy move. It's going to get you killed. 5 versus... I keep doing that. 5,
Really
2, 3.
Am I lagging really badly, or is it you?
Sounds like you.
Okay. I mean, I can still hear you. I'm still connected to the call. I guess we're good to go.
Yeah, I hear your audio quality dropping significantly.
Hopefully it will start to repair itself. Is it getting any better?
Not noticeably, but we've got a little time to work with.
All right, yeah, I'll let you take over and we'll kill some time on my mic.
Okay. We got 2 CTs at the connector and 2 at the catwalk. Effectively, this controls all of mid, and these 2 players behind are here to support. So this player and this player are close support. They've given up everything on this map. There's no A control and there is no B control. And only now do they give up. They realize we're not going to get the mid look that we wanted. Our eco round strat is sort of falling through, but we can still push Exus. And they've got his AK. 2-2 trade, and SWZ is there to support in case anybody wanted to pick up his AK. He won't let that happen. And now Keyboard Kommandos is in a place where they're not normally familiar with being. It's spread out. So actually, the moment I said that, they realized that they were spread out. They got back together. They'll go back toward A, and the first player to greet them is probably going to be Kinky. One on top
That
of
was
the Tetris.
definitely the play they needed to make there. Staying together, sticking with a trading buddy is how they've been beating Perfectionvore, and it's no different this round.
Kinky will approach the site, and this time not move into the smoke. Quick kills. Keyboard Kommandos has doubled the scoreline of Perfectionvore, 6-3.
We're going to see Perfectionvore with guns again, and...
Oh, your voice is good.
Oh, cool. I'm back.
You're back.
Yes. They're going to be bought up this round, so we're going to be seeing guns up. Warpath has an op on him. I want to see if he goes for that mid pick. Oh, he has the spawn for it, too. But no, he's just going to go straight B. Very disappointing.
We had that moment where we thought something magical was about to happen. It's a full split, something you don't typically see. It's a 1-2-2. Just kidding, it's a 1-3-1. With 1 lurking apartments, no determination yet. If they get a pick, perhaps they'll roll toward it from mid, and Ruin gets a sliver shot from the apartments looking toward the jungle. Vati's waiting for him, and he really, really wants to pay him back for his teammate's death. Vico's about to make a play here. I don't know that he knows that the op has been recovered by one of his teammates.
And AGM is boosting in the window, so they are really working hard for these frags, Keyboard Kommandos.
You can tell how prepared these guys are. They knew this map in advance, so they have probably the greatest level of preparation out of all the maps we've seen on this map. Their map alone, and then this map. No quickscope attempt from Ruin. He's quickly, deftly put down by Sulek or Vati. And Kinky holds on, rotate. Good looking kill. 1 left in the jungle. And he almost got out in midair. One-on-one op duel. Vati wins it. And AGM, who's been so good with it, is bested by well, he's not their team opper. He just kind of picked it up on a whim.
Guy with an op.
He's just a guy.
I was pretty sure that, especially after AGM got that first pick, and he knew where the second CT was, and the CT didn't move, I was so sure that AGM was going to be able to pick up that frag. But no, whoever had that op, was it Vico? Who had that op right there?
Oh, it was Vati. Sulek.
Vati, excuse me. Did a great job of, just hitting the shot when he needed to. A little fragability goes a long way.
Ruin.
Yes, I said fragability.
Yeah, I heard it. Ruin is undeterred and unintimidated by operas at mid. Oh, you guys are kissing. Vati knew. Turns on Exus, then sees the connector wrap around, and Edwin will pick up another easy one as it comes over the top of the E-box. There's the trade. SWZ picks up. It's 3 versus 3. And Vati's still in the site in a bad position. He can maybe pick up 1 before he's almost promptly traded. He can get down the ladder, but you're going to get pre-fired. AGM gets to get dinked, though. That's unfortunate for him, since he had a pretty simple kill lined up for him. And the bomb's out in open space. Solo Subs has to know that there's probably someone baiting me for this bomb. Do you have a smoke, AGM? Can you smoke the bomb? Can I take the bomb? The moment was over. Kinky's the last one alive. And there are serious economic ramifications to this one-on-one. 28 HP and 35 HP, respectively. There's a definite eco happening for Perfectionvore if they don't piece this one together. There's the moment of truth. Here's the eco round. What a huge play by Solo Sups.
Just like that, Keyboard Kommandos doing a good job with the lead they already have, and they're looking to stretch it into even more. Once again, that was another round that I was so sure that Perfectionvore would be able to pick up. I mean, they were working off of each other really well. Getting that first pick on AGM in the 1v2, I thought was super important, but ultimately not important enough, as Solo Sups refuses to roll over with the rest of his team.
Looks like we have a flash in and a charge down the ramp. They're going to try to wrest some guns away from some Ts that are not there. Everybody's coming through mid, pouring in like an infestation of ants. Ruins sealed off the ramp, so coming back through here is probably not exactly your easiest meal ticket. You can see an elbow there, SWZ. There's an easy kill for him. Vico's down, 3 alive. Sulik, or Vati, Warpath, and Kinky. Really textbook looking round for Keyboard Kommandos as they've doubled up the lead again on Perfectionvore.
Keyboard Kommandos is taking a dominating lead on this T side, but we've seen plenty of teams go from having a really solid T side into kind of folding on the CT side. One example that jumps to mind was Netcode Guides versus Manajuma, where I bet on Netcode Guides for that game. It was one I wasn't casting, and I was just so distraught when Manajuma was just doing their thing on the T side. And then, once Netcode got their hands on their T side, they were able to tee off and eventually win the game. So, while one team taking a dominating lead often can discourage another team, it doesn't, knock the other team out of contention of the map.
It does not. It's a B split. 3-2 split catwalk and apps. Warpath ambushes his first opponent, and Perfectionvore responds with a pretty weak purchase and a very, very strong showing on the round. They've identified where SWZ is. He got hit by a silencer. He turned around and he was like, I don't understand where I just got shot from. Vati's got him. It's 8-5.
If they can string together this round right here and kind of keep their economy intact going into the last one, if they lose this half 8-7, it's not the worst thing in the world. I honestly, I thought Keyboard Kommandos would be able to put together a much more strong T side based on how they started. They're starting to slow down a little bit.
Well, even maps are even, and Perfectionvore is no slouch. And what we've remarked upon multiple times already in this series is how weirdly close these two teams are in terms of skill levels.
It's been a recurring theme all night, just how even the game is.
And we love it. That's how a grand final should be. And Exus feels like that's how every entry frag should go. Promptly down. Edwin's done, and it forces two siloed teams of CTs to hole up in either bomb site. No mid control, just hold on to your sites, hold on to your butts. Didn't have a thought for that one? I wanted you to run with that one.
Yeah, I'm just so intently watching Keyboard Kommandos and just watching what they do. They're, slowing it down in a way that they weren't slowing it down last game when they lost. I'm just wondering if maybe they've kind of figured it out. I think they had a few slip-ups where they could have locked up some rounds that, they didn't, and I think Perfectionvore similarly, dropped a few rounds that they should have had. Yeah. I think it's going to come down to whoever just cleans that up first. I mean, the goofy mistakes, like shooting your own teammate right there with Warpath, adds up, and because of that, Exus picks up a bunch of kills.
Look at this execute. Very, very, very handsome looking sort of thing. And yeah, you're right. They've astutely assessed what exactly they were doing wrong. They've made adjustments. They're playing this game so much differently than what they've done in the past. These slow executes is a sign for us that the playbook of Keyboard Kommandos is much deeper than we had given it credit for.
Than just running and brute forcing. And, both teams, as I said, are making, some very correctable mistakes, and I feel like every time one team makes a mistake, the other team is just instantly there to jump on it. Like
they're very smart about that.
Yeah, like X is picking up a double kill on two players on the CT side that shot at each other.
Vico does not give any F-bombs. He just ran down Ruin, not even trying to control his spray.
See, that's the other thing. We're watching, the very diverse, playbook, as you said, that Keyboard Kommandos has, but Perfectionvore is just refuses to slow down with their, accuracy and team play as well.
Well, I certainly hope nobody would slow down on their accuracy. 4 versus 2. Perfectionvore is looking good on this one. They've only traded out one, Keyboard Kommandos has. That's Edwin, who's gone. Look up in the vent. Fast scope. Vati picks it up. Solo Sups is just a bit disappointed with his own performance. AGM fights Warpath, loses that one, but they've still strung together a strong half. 9-6 is your halftime score on CEVO TV with myself. And later, thank you to Game Servers. And if you didn't know, because you weren't here earlier, this is the grand finals. Oh, also, if you didn't know, if you didn't hear earlier, sign up for the Spring Classic. It's on CEVO.com. Win money, move up to main. Sweet deal.
Absolutely. It's going to be a really fun tournament. So, just like that, they're getting right underway, wasting no time. And Perfectionvore wants that A site, and they want it now.
It's a split on the A take. Look at the purchases. A couple of support players in Edwin and Vico have the smokes and flashes. They'll get those in, sealing off the jungle, sealing off CT, and the flashes, well, they're not enough flashes to really scare anybody, so Keyboard Kommando sorts of stares it down. And the fight from Exus in the site is really, really good. Oh, Solos Up saved him! That is when you hug your teammate. That is amazing.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the team play that they've been demonstrating just so like effectively this half that they, were kind of lacking on season. I wonder if it's the map choice. They're just more comfortable on this map, but you'd think that, season was their own map pick. You'd think that's where they would feel the most comfortable. Maybe it's just because they couldn't pick Mirage. Maybe they wanted Mirage as their pick. Who knows?
I think we're about to see a speed play out of... Oh, they stopped right in the middle of mid. And they're precariously exposed. This is about to happen, and it's going to be a spray down. SWZ is on the catwalk. He could have picked up maybe a quad if he had been a little bit more aggressive. USP kills for Keyboard Kommandos, and they've just got one left on that catwalk. It's Warpath who is shot down. It's 11-6.
Perfectionvore still unable to get a bomb plant thus far in the pistol round, so... Wait, did they get a bomb plant? They are buying up. I'm not sure if they ended up getting the bomb down on that first round, but either way, they didn't. So they're going for it anyway. Ooh,
they can afford the
Galil.
Galil.
I feel about it, but I mean,
they've got equal tiers. Their opponents have Famuses. They have Galils. It's a fair fight in terms of economics.
Right, and also Keyboard Kommandos knows that Perfectionvore didn't get a bomb plant, so I think they're getting ready to hold off, some kind of pistol take, and might be caught off guard as Vico reveals that they have Galils.
Yeah, that's the trump card right there. The element of surprise is what Perfectionvore really wanted, and Vico sort of whiffed on his little ace in the hole. Still, it's a split A take, and the bomb is actually lurking at bomb side B. If they can cause a rotate, and Vico's very sad that didn't connect. He's very sad.
I would be.
Yeah. AGM's just praying to God that he doesn't get naded right now. The bomb did not actually go to bomb site B. Perfectionvore having a hard time finding early purchase, and maybe if Edwin picks up this kill, they've done their job. One more in the site to pick up, and that's an easy kill for him. So still, even though they lost the element of surprise, they got it together, they got their kills, and they'll clean this round up. Look at that. Surprise by all worth.
And Edwin doing a fantastic job of picking up the very clutch frags when he needed to. Keyboard Kommandos kind of let him overextend in a way that, he kind of should have been punished for, especially when he was peeking, I think it was Vati who was no, what am I saying? I just had a stroke. Whoever was playing, that's where he was playing on CT side when they were on CT side, but he's no longer there. The Keyboard Kommandos player that was playing by the balcony at A Apartments.
Ah, yes, that guy.
Yeah, when he came out from the E-box stairs and, was shooting at the guy that was on balcony, the teammate that was in sight should have been there to support the other counter-terrorist, but he wasn't, so Edwin took advantage.
One mid player has been eliminated from the T side. A PT-50 duel with the Galil was, well, it's in favor of the Galil, you'd think, but I guess not this time around. Still a lot of time on the clock. 1:20. Not a whole lot of action exchange, not until just now. 1-for-1, Exus for Warpath, and then a nade for Solo Subs. 3 versus 3. No guns have been recovered from the CTs, but they're all in such a position that the Ts cannot be 100% comfortable with their locations. Oh, you're going to get sprayed down, Kinky. There's a gun for AGM, and AGM, of course, we know has been a nightmare, a thorn in the side of Perfectionvore this entire tournament, this entire series, I should say.
I think this is a very doable retake for Keyboard Kommandos. They just need to find Perfectionvore real quick.
Edwin was gifted an opportunity there. SWZ missed his chance. He could have taken down the Tetris player, which allowed that player to trade, and then Sulek or Vati to get a double. They hold on to the site. Perfectionvore closes the gap just a little bit more.
Vati's just so on his game right now. He's been, I believe, the top fragger of, just of both teams. I think all 3 games. Maybe not on Nuke, but he was absolutely up there on Nuke. He's, just doing a ton of work for Perfectionvore and almost single-handedly keeping them in this game or keeping the game tight, but his teammates are doing a great job of supporting him as well.
Interesting smoke at the top of mid and a flashbang to show some sort of fake mid attempt or fake mid control. It'll at least keep somebody window side thinking that they should stay there. It's just going to be a dedicated 3-2. So a lot of pomp and pageantry that's not going to amount to anything. It's going to be a very vanilla get out this door and destroy everything.
Which is not something we've really seen Perfectionvore utilize in the same way that Keyboard Kommandos has. It'll be interesting to see if they can make it work, as Edwin is already out with an op, and he might be able to take down Exes.
Oh, the flick!
I knew that was going to happen.
The flick! And the reply, Solo Subs drops Vico, who came out of the apartments, or attempted to come out of the apartments. Impressive looking stuff. Deep nade to do some damage, not a whole lot. How did you see him, Ruin?
Man.
How are these high-level plays happening again and again and again? M4 spray down. Vati versus 2 weak CTs. 45 seconds remain. Nobody's pressured to do anything right now. It's a standoff. It's a crazy, crazy standoff. He's going to charge them. He couldn't put a single bullet on him. SWZ wins the battle at 12-8. What?
I don't even know how the recoil didn't take SWZ down right there. I guess the M4A1 is too accurate for Vati, as he kind of just shot straight into the E-box stairs and wasn't able to pick up that round. So just like that, Perfectionvore still on their back foot, being forced into a save, as Keyboard Kommandos can take a very definitive lead if they tack some rounds on.
If that's the case, we are going to see an epic series. We can only hope that map 4 will be just as good. CZ spray down, SWZ eats all those bullets, and then Ruin surrenders weapons, and this game goes back and forth like a pendulum. And it can never tell what's going to happen the next round. I love this. Honestly, Edwin's going to push through this market, and I think he heard, but he can't resist all of that aim punch. Hey, Jim, you got one right beneath you. Warpath, and then one in the closet. Oh, Kinky turns 1 versus 2. The descending Batman play. It's 1 versus 1. Kinky now kites AGM. Can he make the huge play? He's on your left. 12-9.
That was another just super close round that Keyboard Kommandos just barely let slip, and Perfectionvore basically pulling a Keyboard Kommandos with their just very aggressive apartments take. I mean, that honestly, like as I said before, that was the kind of T side that I thought Perfectionvore was going to be bringing out on all 3 maps, and is something that they've used sparingly, but every time they do use it, they've been using it effectively.
Each and every one of these games goes so back and forth. I guarantee you the adrenaline is just pumping through these players right now. They must be thinking, like, how is this possible? What, like, these are our perfect clones. They know what we're thinking.
Yeah. We've seen some pretty close series and some, just pretty solid, long overtime best-of-1 games. But this is definitely just the closest, like, most even series I think we've had to date on CEVO.
It must be, except for that triple overtime you guys did with iBuyPower and Complexity, 12-10.
Yes, that was awesome. But, yeah, as you said, 12-10, Perfectionvore still just putting the pressure on. It'll be interesting to see if Keyboard Kommandos buys this round. I suspect they will, as they've been buying a lot in these. Actually, no, they're not going to be buying. This is a situation where in the past we had seen them buy when they had the first map cushion, but now I think they're a little worried that Perfectionvore might be able to catch up to them if they don't play conservatively, and playing conservatively is what they will opt to do.
Kinky had a great spawn, came running up the ramp and executed AGM and then Exus before they had a chance to set up on this eco round. Perfectionvore puts down their foot, doesn't allow Keyboard Kommandos to even breathe. They pulled within 1.
So now we're definitely going to see Keyboard Commandos buy up, and they've lost now 2 or 3 rounds in a row. So I think we're going to see them, buying up a lot in the near future, especially as Perfectionvore is looking to overtake them right now with just the very aggressive play that this newfound aggression that has worked at both bomb sites thus far.
Yeah, Perfectionvore has found that their slow play has been pretty easily stamped out by Keyboard Commandos. So they've changed their game plan to go pure adrenaline, like 0 to 60 plus NOS, and just get out the door and crush everything. It seems to be working, which is surprising because at this level, 5-man rushes, it's not going to win you every round.
Right, it's very easy to just get caught into, one spray down that ruins your entire round, ruins your entire take.
Oh no. Solo Subs actually dodges that nade, which I thought was perchance going to doom him. 2 versus 3 on the retake. Vico's up top, his teammate Vati behind the bench, and the silenced take. Still, Vati responds. 1 versus 2. It's Exus versus one of the car. No good. Spray down from Kinky connects, and we're all tied up.
I have to say, I'm now officially nervous for the players, and we said it's been back and forth all game, but once the casters start to get nervous for the players, it's a really tight game. One thing we touched on before is first place in this in CEVO-Main nets you just over $1,000, and second place only 400 and change. So that's an over $500 difference to whoever can win, and these players are just they're hungry for it.
I don't think Warpath knows how close somebody is. The CZ shot doesn't connect after the first kill, and that drops Exus. 2 alive for the CTs, and Perfectionvore looks to be taking their lead right now. Unless that happens. Ruin is traded by Edwin, thankfully. 1 alive, it's SWZ, who is inside of this newly bloomed smoke. Perfectionvore has taken its lead in the half. I think that we are on our way to that letdown. We may not see that second best of 3 series. And actually, my pred might come true, too.
Yeah, your pred is about as on point as it gets. I mean, both of ours. We just thought the game was going to be ridiculously close, and it is. We're also going to see Ruin with that auto sniper. Which way is he going to bring it? He's bringing it into B, which I think is a good use of it if you're not going to use it at ticket booth.
Standing out in open space is a good way to get yourself killed, though.
Yeah, good idea to hop back into kitchen.
Yes. Oh, Batman off dive AGM with a huge kill. Kinky had no idea how that just happened. Edwin on the other side of the map will trade. Sees a shadow of a barrel and stares down an offer. Dangerous moves there. Back and forth we go. Ruin and SWZ left to fight it out, and Vico's identified at least one on top of the E-box. Auto sniper justice distributed. Sulek is the last. Number 1 fighting with that bomb ticking away. He can probably hear the defuse at this distance. That nade doesn't do enough. The defuse is going to work. SWZ will defend his teammate, and nobody is surprised we're still tied.
No, yeah, it's the back and forth that we've been talking about all game. But unfortunately for Keyboard Commandos, Perfectionvore has a lot of money in the bank. They're going to be buying out for the rest of this game, and if Keyboard Commandos loses this round, they're going to be forced to buy in and not so great economy. So really, Perfectionvore still in good shape. They just have to win this round, and they can bring home the main championship.
AGM will slide out, look for somebody to be in that smoke. I think the way he's positioned is... Oh, no. In your side. Whoa, my God. Oh, his teammate pot flashed him. The pot flash saved Exus, who had no idea where anybody was. Remember, in GoTV, you can still hear, but his hearing was 100% knocked out. 100% knocked out. So it probably took his teammate saying, "He's right behind you," for him to get that kill.
It's just great communication and great team play right there.
That is mind-blowing. 3 versus 4. Perfectionvore is up by 1 man on the field. And then the trade happened. Still up by 1 man. It's up to Solo Subs, and he is knocked out. Ruin with the auto sniper may decide to save. He can see people crossing if he just sits in the crease of the smoke, and he heard him. I think Edwin may have identified where Ruin was.
Kinky's right there to catch Ruin off guard, but Ruin is going to smartly run away. If you can avoid that CT player, yeah, there you go. Run away. That's a good idea. His teammates don't have a ton of money in the bank. SWZ has 4,700. If you take a quick look at the scoreboard as the hunts come in, don't think they're going to find Ruin, though. Kinky knows where he is, but... Oh, man, if Kinky spams him... Oh, my God, Kinky, please. Kinky, please. Kinky?
Kinky, please.
Please.
Kinky, please.
Oh, no.
No. Can I...
It, though.
Yeah, can we just reflect for a moment about that ridiculous flashbang? You know that when a flash goes off near you, not only do you have the after image if it's behind you, you can't hear anything.
Right, yeah, it's just, I mean, it just shows how well they are playing together as a team, even though, I mean, it just shows how good both teams are playing together as a team, because, you know, you watch Keyboard Kommandos make an awesome play like that, and then Perfectionvore still wins the round. It's just, man, Kinky just flashed himself really badly, but they're looking for blood right here at B.
4-1 split up Cat, and Perfectionvore has bought their way into the site, paid in price of blood. They've traded out and left one player down to 14 HP. Now they hold on to the site and they'll wait for the rotators. Exus has to look to his right. Otherwise that happens. That tends to hurt. 2 versus 2, and out of the window comes Ruin, who's eating a nade, down to 2 HP. Solo Subs still fights, and they need to bait Warpath. Excuse me, they need to bait Solo Subs because Ruin was just too weak. 15 to 13. If Perfectionvore wins this round, they are the CEVO-Main Grand Finals champions.
Keyboard Kommandos doesn't have a lot of money. They're obviously going to have to buy up as it is the last round, you know, potentially the last round of their season. If they win this eco and can tie it up, I'm just going to lose my mind.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Are they ready?
My body is ready.
To finish this one off, we go with vanilla. We go with what we know. A 3-2 split to A, including bomb in tow. It will be a set execute and a push through. A TK. Not that the money has much to do with the success of Perfectionvore anymore. Oh my lord, CZ connects.
CZ, man.
I wish you could use that.
I wish I could too.
In the site, we wanted 1 dig attempts, we didn't get it. Kinky finds AGM in the smoke, and Warpath connects. 2 versus 3, the T's are weak. Solo Subs finds a CZ kill. No one is about to throw this one away, except for Ruin, who whiffs uncharacteristically. Still in the site, trades out. 1 versus 1. The hopes of Keyboard Kommandos season falls upon a FAMAS-wielding 1 HP Ruin. Edwin wanted to fake the plants, and Ruin clutches the round. Is anybody surprised? Not at all.
I mean, I was there. Man, 1 HP with just the FAMAS against an AK'd up, armored up player with, you know, absolutely dominant positioning. I thought Edwin was able to lock that one up, but Ruin just played that so well, catching Edwin off guard. Just great play. This really is as back and forth as you get, and if Perfectionvore win this, you are officially the CEVO Oracle.
This game is as advertised. Tell all your friends, get in here. We're on the last round. We could be going to overtime. Where is everybody? Just kidding. We have like 5,000 people. What?
Solo Subs Nexus, so close.
So close. They're touching. They're on either sides of the wall, and this peak is going to get Solo Subs killed. If they go for a second one, that's a double for Warpath. 2-1 on the trade, and we've already got some stressed out CTs as it is. There's the next trade. Another weak AGM. 1 HP sees the arm of Warpath and can't engage him. Drops back to the site, and will begin his fight from behind the bomb site box. It's just about over. Sulik.
Vati with the
Vati
GG already.
Exactly. For the season, SWZ versus 65 HP. The bomb has been planted. You see 1 in the connector, 1 at the site, and there will be no more X-ray. This one for all the marbles. SWZ scans the site, deep breath, has 1, and can stick the defuse. Oh my god. Oh my lord.
Kinky.
Is this happening?
Not know where the bomb. Oh.
We're going to overtime. We're going to overtime.
What? 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 What did we? What? What?
It's so much better that Vati said good game.
I mean, we both called it out. I mean, you never say good game early.
Oh.
Oh, what? What did we just, what? Perfectionvore? I thought we were just about to write you a check for $1,000. What was that all about? But here we go, right underway, going right back into it. Perfectionvore gets to stay on T side with 16K in the bank. So we are going to see 3 full buy-ups for both of the teams.
Ooh, Vico with a Poor miss there. Very, very poor miss. That CT took up the majority of his scope. Let me ask you real quick, for those of you who are uninitiated with the CEVO rule set, how does overtime happen?
It is a best of... Oh, my God. AGM in such a close, clutch spot, getting the frag and...
Double!
Picking up another one. We'll wait until freeze time, because this, honestly, this game is just too close.
I cannot believe we just had the YOLO defuse to tie this up to send it to overtime. I'm still having that feel. AGM's on fire, a triple on the round. Maybe the next kill comes from Solos up. It does, and Edwin's the last. He has the bomb, he's got a lot of gear, but it doesn't matter, you're in overtime. Trades out, but no more. AGM has that round a quad.
That's not unlike AGM, and that's why I wanted to see him with an off pretty much all the time. But to get back to your question, overtime is a best of 7, and the rules play out very similarly to the regular Counter-Strike rules. You switch after 3 rounds, and if you tie 3-3, you go into double overtime. And at the beginning of each overtime, I like that, both teams get 16K, not the
Is that like the band
standard,
O-Town?
10K. Yeah, whatever, you gotta mix it up.
Oh, you don't get that reference. You're a baby.
Yeah, I just pretended that I got the reference and tried to move past it.
All right.
But yeah, both teams are getting 16K, so 3 buyouts out of both of the teams.
Counter flash does not a whole lot of good. Just kidding. Edwin flicked away from it, though. I don't know that he needed to. You're going to need a trade out here. It's hard to control your AK like that. There's 4 alive in the CT arsenal, and that pop flash makes Kinky just back up a little bit. Solasup's going to YOLO charge. He's got one more behind the bomb site, and he had somebody trade out, thankfully, before the entire plans of Perfectionvore came to ruin Warpath, and the remaining CTs square off. Ruin steps up with the Scar, wins that battle, 17-15. You need exactly 19.
Keyboard Kommandos just, I mean, I mean, obviously in this overtime they've only put together 2 rounds, but they won like 3 straight if you combine the frags from, or the rounds from, regulation time. They clearly had the momentum on CT side, and I think being able to continue. Oh man, what was that even through?
Vico, well, he hit the bars of the catwalk. Vico literally jumped, unafraid of AGM's op, out into open space, and then hit a shot that was just the most ballsy thing I think I've ever seen in a game of Counter-Strike. Solos up will flashback into
the bomb down so early.
Yep, he's got his teammates in tow. Still 1 in T-spawn, but he'll be there in time to fight the CTs, I assure you. SWZ is here with teammate and nades the site. It's going to do just a little bit to Warpath. A second one will do it considerably more than I had anticipated. 38 total, or excuse me, 38 remaining. There's a shot from Vati. They need at least 1 round. They can see the barrel of Solos jumping. AK kill for Vati at the very end. So the half ends 2-1. And remember, it's first, at least in this overtime, it's first to 19.
Right. I mean, Perfectionvore had that super clutch last round. I think if they had lost that 3rd round of overtime on their own T side, I think Keyboard Kommandos would have been able to put it together. But now we get to see Perfectionvore on CT side, which they haven't played in, 15 or so rounds. So it will be interesting to see if they can kind of hop right back into it and, right back into the CT side against guns.
We've seen this playbook before. AGM's going to find a player right in front of him as AK roars and Edwin is gone, though they both knew each other were there. Mid-control almost established. 2 in the windroom now. Vico is going to move past toward bombsite B, thinking that this is going to be a B wrap, but he's rotated incorrectly. Oh, he's coming back out to Cat to assist. I like the play.
If he gets killed by Ruin, who has that op already trained on Cat, what am I saying?
No problems. Keyboard Kommandos' newly found patience on offense is the way they're going to go with in the overtime. I think I can't help but feel that this isn't their specialty, and Perfectionvore, if they analyze it enough, they'll probably figure it out and put together more rounds than Keyboard Kommandos wants to allow. So I would love, it's a very long-winded way of saying, I would love for Keyboard Kommandos to go aggro rush 1 round.
Yeah, I mean, it worked for Perfectionvore when they needed it to work, and let's see, AGM's coming into the site, able to take down Vati, turning it into a 2-on-2. Vico and Warpath, the last remaining CTs.
They'll both come through the connector. Warpath is his op trained on the site. They see the bomb planter. That is spammable. They could have actually killed him.
AGM moving to CT to support his teammate was a good idea, but SWZ does not live long enough. Warpath hits a great shot with that off to take him down.
SWZ definitely needed to wait for his teammate to support him. He doesn't see the top of his... There you go. Now it's a one-on-one. 17 seconds remain. You got to dive for that bomb. He's got to assume that there's an op waiting for him, and he'll have to force this bomb plant with 10 seconds remaining. If Vico hears it, he's going to come running. Or he'll be as patient as possible.
I think holding on to the walk was super important there. Right now, his main advantage is that AGM has no idea where he is, and Vico is very quickly eliminating spots where AGM is, and he does find him. So just like that, Perfectionvore ties up the overtime. 1 round for them to force the double overtime, 2 to win. Does Perfectionvore have it, yes or no?
This is, I suppose, literally, in the most literal sense, what champions are made out of.
Yeah, these are the rounds that separate the boys from the men.
Everybody's contributing equally. Look at how close all these score lines are, with the exception of Solo Subs, who's not even that far ahead.
But yeah, man, Solo Subs putting in work for Keyboard Commandos. Taking my player to watch in AGM and saying, hey, maybe I should have been the player to watch.
Keyboard Commandos is consistently sending 2 to ramp to control the push initially, then dropping 1 out and switching to a 1-3-1. Oh no, AGM had the drop on Vico, and still Vico was able to recover and pick up the kill. If Perfectionvore takes the lead here, I don't know that Keyboard Commandos has the composure to regain it. It's evened up now. Edwin's down in the window. They'll still look toward jungle side. They hear the M4A1 of their opponents. Vico gets sprayed down. Then the exchange. 1 for 1. Back and forth and back and forth. 1 in the closet. And Vonti's traded out 2 versus 2. It won't end. The carnage will literally not end. This nade could do wonders for them. They didn't come out far enough from the connector side just yet. He's in the smoke. Your opponent is in the smoke. And Ruin was out in open space. That is an error on his part. Now Exus has to make a huge play. He can turn this into a one-on-one, and he ran out of bullets! Good God. Perfectionvore will take the lead, 18-17, 1 point away.
So, just like you said, you think Keyboard Commandos doesn't have the composure to pick up this last round. I think I know what they have to do here to win the game. I think they just got to rush. They got to get in there. They got to catch Perfectionvore off guard. Win in the same way that Manajuma beat Netcode in their overtime, which is just get out there and frag. Let's see if they do it. I mean, I think they can. It looks like they're going to be sending 4 players one direction and 1 another. So no, they're going to be splitting up.
Tough times for Keyboard Commandos, who have battled back and have now been faced with the same situation that they were just in a couple rounds ago. And Vico just sees a Tracer go right by his face, so he'll back off. Warpath hits the first shot, and that was a window lurker for the B split. The ambush is on. Bomb gets dropped. Vico needs to drop out before the smoke dissipates, and he does get away with it. Perfectionvore is showing the merit and mettle of champions. This could be the end. SWZ faces off against 5, and he ultimately loses that one. Perfectionvore has won it in overtime, 16-15. They win CEVO-Main. Congratulations to this season's CEVO-Main winners. They are
absolutely congratulations to them.
Recipients of $1,000 and an invitation, certainly, to the CEVO Pro Play. A good of a series